The secret to a great meat stir fry is actually baking soda. And here's how you're gonna use it. First, you get your meat. For this one, we're using chicken breast. This works with any meat that you want, pork, beef, whatever. So I'm just gonna slice my chicken breast into just like these thin pieces. You can chop them however you want. You can go bigger, you can go smaller, doesn't matter really. Yep, just chop them like that. I'm using chicken breast because I like chicken breast. It's cheap, has a lot of protein. But if you prefer other meats, that's good. Then we're gonna prepare our marinade. This is our marinade, alright? Soy sauce. Just a bit. And cornstarch. I think, yeah, about that. About this much. Good. And then our secret ingredient, which is, I guess, not so secret, is baking soda. Do not add a lot of this, alright? You will taste this. If you add too much, you will know, because you will get that sort of metallic flavor. So about, I guess, this much, that's like a quarter of a tablespoon. That's good enough. I'm not really exactly sure behind the science of this, but I'm thinking it's sort of the alkalinity and how it reacts to the protein strands of the chicken. So basically what we're doing is we're velveting this chicken. Squeeze that in there, like really squeeze that in there. You know how when you buy Chinese takeout or eat at Chinese restaurants, you get their meat is sort of like spongy and springy, but when you try to stir fry at home, it becomes stringy, not springy. You know, it's not bouncy like they do in restaurants. This is how they do it. They marinate their meats in baking soda. So, just really squeeze it there, squeeze it in there. You're almost like tenderizing this with your bare hands, which is another technique, right? You're tenderizing this chemically through the baking soda, but you're also tenderizing this through mechanical means with your hands. So once you get that incorporated, actually I'm gonna add sesame oil for the marinade. Yeah, just a bit, you know. We're gonna add more later when we actually cook this. So once you get this there, basically you just let this sit for 30 minutes minimum. If you want, you could actually batch make this like ahead of time. Make a big batch of marinated meat, and you can keep this in the fridge for 3 days. So you can have like stir fry ready to go. We just need to fry this in less than 10 minutes. But this is it. Yeah, just let this sit and let this marinate, and I'll see you after. So the chicken or whatever meat you're using is marinated. We're ready to fry it now. So I have here just a pan with not exactly like a deep fry, it's more like a shallow fry amount of oil. So we're shallow frying this first, and I also have some chopped cabbage here. You can use whatever you want, honestly. This video is mostly about the technique of stir frying using baking soda. It's not about recipes. You can just, adjust. You can apply this to any recipe, really. So for this one, I'm just using cabbage for demonstration purposes, but you can use any vegetable you want, onions, carrots, whatever. So while waiting for this to heat up, which will happen in like a flash, we can make our sauce, which, again, for the sauce, I'm just riffing off here. If you have a sauce recipe that you like, use that instead. For me, this is just a basic soy-based sauce. So that's soy sauce. There's hoisin sauce, and this is ready now. So I'm gonna fry it. when you do fry this, right, you want this in like a single layer. And because, if you remember earlier, part of the marinade that we made is cornstarch. And what that's going to do is sort of make a coating around the chicken so that when you shallow fry this, it's almost like it's got its own batter or skin that's gonna crisp up outside the chicken. That's why you shallow fry this instead of just sauteing. So I'm just gonna wait for this to brown, and then yeah, we have our probably gonna need more hoisin sauce. There we go. That's hoisin sauce. Then I have some sesame oil. Some MSG if you want. Mirin for the sweetness. You can use sugar. I currently don't have any sugar, as you can see here, no sugar. So I'm gonna use mirin, just for the sweetness. A bit of water, and then cornstarch. I'm just gonna add a little bit of cornstarch. I don't want this to be really sticky. I want this more like a glossy sauce. And to check up on our chicken. Ugh. Oh god, that's okay. Okay. I'm gonna drain it now. The oil has served its purpose. Add the vegetable. Maybe add a bit more cornstarch. I'm just waiting for the vegetable, in this case cabbage, to wilt, to cook through, but I don't want this to be like really soft and soggy. Just with enough crunch. And I think that's good enough. At this point, I can add the sauce. Mix it in well. Man, it's messy. I used a pretty basic recipe for this, but the recipe doesn't matter. Alright? What matters is the technique of using baking soda. So I'm just gonna plate this up. Wow, I'm really messy today, huh? And wow. Yeah, there's your stir fry chicken or whatever.